Hey everybody! How is everyone doing today? Today is April 18th and it is Saturday. The weekend is here, people! Woo! Okay, so I know I'm a little extremely excited today, but that is because it's been a really long week at work. I was like, oh my gosh, could they make this any longer of a week? Longer and more torturous of a week. So let me jump in the chat and say hello because it's been a little bit on the busy side this morning. We got Michelle and Big Brother Mike. Hey, baby. I am so happy to see you back in my chats all the time. I love this. I missed you, babe. Then we got Miss Annette, the So Magic Fabric Magician. And so she's not gonna be able to stick around very long, but I'm so happy you came for it, no matter how much a little bit amount of time that you did. And let's see. Let's see here. Do 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 do. Be here for the first 30 minutes. Awesome sauce, sweetness. And let's see how our Advent bot is going. Should I share out again? Yes, please. Share as much as you want. I'm going to be posting it all over social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and everything. I have about 35 more boxes left. So I would like to be able to sell all 50. If I don't, that is completely fine. This is my first year getting it out there. So let's see. Hey, Diana. Good morning. And Annette, good morning to you too. And let's see here. Auntie Donna would not be with us today because she's got family stuff going on. So, hey, Sylvia. Hey, Sherry. How you doing, sweetness? So happy to see you in here. I do not recall seeing your name before, so if you are brand new to watching, welcome. If not, hello again. And then we got Heather, the debt-free quilter, and Vintage Style by Joe. Good morning, both of you wonderful ladies. And we got Deb. Let's see. See the name Deb. Where's that? Hey, Dubravka and Mary G. It fits up my thing here. See, good morning. We will get them sold. Yes, ma'am. Can someone say hello, Deb? But I don't see Deb in. Oh, there she is. Deb Cornell. You're hiding, little girl. Good morning to you, beautiful. As it's midnight here in Australia, I will stay as long as I can stay awake. No worries at all. You know, there's always a replay. Because this is going to take a little bit of time today, especially doing it on live stream. This is something that I did on my very first ever live stream ever. And it was fuzzy sock kittens that I were doing. And so this is the first, so that hour, I mean, I was expecting to be on live for like an hour. Let me tell you, that live stream took me like 2 hours, I think, if not a little bit more. But I got a lot better because I was very nervous. So I've gotten a lot better with all my explanations and working and everything. So we're good now. So I guarantee you won't take anywhere near that. Right? So today, instead of doing the fuzzy sock kittens, I'm going to make a fuzzy sock puppy. Because, you know, I love all animals. I love my birds, my cats, and my dogs. But I'm definitely a diehard dog fan the most. If I had to choose one animal in the world, it would be dogs. Heather, what you saying? I'm boring? What, girl? Okay, so I'm gonna bring you guys down here to the table so I can show you all the supplies. I did put out a quick little short yesterday, and then this morning I also posted it on my Instagram. So hoping I get some new subscribers from all that and everything. And new viewers. Let's see. Desi, you can be part of Team Replay with me. Yes. Girl, I got to figure out how to get them ears. The big floppy ears. Because I got to do the big floppy ears. So I'm working on it. It's something I promised Andrea I was going to work on. So I'm working on it. Let's see. I have 2 kittens. My babies, Max and Lily. Aww. I'm just messing with you, Heather. Alrighty. So I got some supplies down here on the table. So obviously, first thing you're going to need is socks. I had 2 different colors of purple here. And yes, this is a purple. Camera doesn't show it up as a purple too well. Shows it up more like a grayish. But it is definitely a purple. It's like a mauve purple. And then we got a light lavender purple. So I'm going to be doing mine out of 2 colors today. But you cut them both exactly the same. So you'll need at least 1 pair. If you want to do it multicolored, you need 2 pairs. You'll need a good pair of scissors. I'm using my fabric scissors. Snips for your thread. Unless you want to use the big scissors for your thread too. That is completely fine. You'll need some thread. It does not matter what thread. You can use old thread. You can use thread from remaining bobbins. Whatever it is that you want to use. And it does not matter whether it's cotton, polyester, whatever. It does not matter. You'll need needles. I just have this here because I already got my needle out and on a needle minder. As we won't be needing the wax. Mama Debbie! Hey girl. Says, hey everyone, can't chat lurking in the middle of our yard sale. No worries at all. Good luck with the yard sale. So you'll need some needles. It does not matter upon the type of needle. This is not going to be anything that is going to be super difficult to do. You'll need some ribbon because we're going to put a little ribbon around the neck of the baby so that right there, when we get it done, it would look super cute. Be dressed up to be a gift. And then you'll need some embroidery floss. I just bought a big bundle of it off of Amazon and it works. I like to use black all over the face. Sometimes I'll add on like a little pop of color, like some red for the tongue, or like a little image of the tongue sticking out. Or like I'll do a different color for the eyes. Something like that to dress it up a little. Have fun. Be creative. You don't even have to do embroidery floss. You can do buttons. You can draw it on. Whatever it is that you want. You can use lace instead of ribbon. I've done them both. Okay, let's see. I'm picking mulberries after breakfast. Sylvia says, awesome. Hey, Cherie. How you doing, sweetheart? She goes, oops, client, be back. Okay. Sending warm wishes that you make lots of cash, Debbie. Definitely. Make that money, mama. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a pair of socks. I'm going to move this stuff up here because, you also need pins. I love my stick pins. And yes, this is a cute little stick pin cushion. And this was actually made for me by Mary Tally. I absolutely love it. And I use it all the time. I got pins here, different kind here, different kind here. This thing used to be completely full of pins, but I had to get rid of a lot of them. Hey, Andrea. I just woke up and I am bummed because I wanted to watch Sean and Lisa, but will watch their replay. I'm here now for the Peach show, though. Awesome sauce, girly. Hey, Cora. How are you doing this morning, sweethearts? So you also need stick pins. All right, so now I'm just going to move all the sewing stuff out of my way for right now. This I'm going to move out of the way because we won't need this till the end when we're putting on the face. So right now all you need is the pair of socks and the scissors. And if anybody would like to know about this Advent box that Annette was talking to me about, then that what she mentioned, I am selling Advent boxes, and they are completely sewing related. So if you would like one, all you gotta do is do exclamation Advent. They are $150, and that comes with 25 items in your box. There will be multiple different sewing projects in there that will include the fabric. There will be everything you need for it, along with other fun stuff. And money is not due until July 1st. You can do payments on it as well. Trying to think of everything off the top of my head. So once you fill out the Google form right there, then that is your order form. And then as soon as I get that, then I will invoice you. So what you're going to do is you're going to turn the socks inside out. You're going to get the poofiness of the heel all up nice and poofy. Lay it off to the side. You're going to make sure your toes are nice and flat, and the seam is going around right about here. So what we're going to do is come down. I like to lay my hand on my socks. Put this portion right here, right about right here in my hand. And that tells me about where I want to cut. You can also eyeball it, which is what I normally do. This here is my head. So what I do is I just take a pin and I stick it in here. I like using these shiny ones because that way they stand out. Because when you're looking at it, it stands out. So this here is going to be where I'm going to flip this. Actually, I'm going to turn this the right side out. Because since it's the head, this is all that we need to do to it besides stuff it and fill it and sew it up. You want to make sure that that toe seam right here stays about right there, because that's going to be where your eyes are. That's how we're going to keep the eyes nice and straight. Let's see. Melissa, darling. Good morning, Melissa. You made it, girlfriend. And you get to pick a color. Yes, you get to pick a color because I am going to orientate the items for you so that way they're a nice, beautiful color. Next thing is this cuff right here. This nice thick cuff, a seam right here. We're going to cut that off. We don't need that. That is garbage. There's a little bit of waste to this, not much. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to fold this in half. And what I like to do is I like to pin along so the folded edges over here, I like to pin. Actually, nope. We're not doing the body out of this one. We're doing the rest of the body parts out of this one. That's right. The part that we cut the head off from is the part that we want to cut the rest of the parts out of. Not the body. So then we're going to fold it so that way that the heel comes over this way, like you would normally lay down a sock, nice and flat. And about a finger's width, you're going to cut along here. And you can, this would be the tail, so you can make it as short or as long as you like. I love nice long puppy dog tails. There we go. And then we're going to pin this. You can use clips too if you like. I usually just pin. So next we need our ears. So we got the rest of this fabric here to get our ears out of it. Because this one here is going to be our body and our muzzle. Let's see. Okay. So what I do is I fold this over in half. So I like big floppy ears. Garbage. So now we got this part here. Now we're just going to cut that right in half, right on that fold. And then we are going to pin this up here at this top. And that tells me this is the section where I'm going to be stuffing. So I'm going to sew these two sides. So we got our head, our tail, and our ears out of one sock. Now we're going to, and as you see, this makes a fuzzy mess. But that's okay because it's easy to clean up. So next up, we need our muzzle and our body. Hey, Joanna. Good morning, sweet girl. And these are super cute and fun gifts. My husband has a fuzzy sock kitten in his truck. He actually had me make him one. So he's got a black cat because he loves black cats. So he's got a black cat with a red and black ribbon. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to do our muzzle. But we don't need much off for the muzzle. We're just going to take off a little for the muzzle. I just do just a little bit below the fold there because we're just going to turn this inside out, put some stuffing in it, stitch it up, and then make a little puff out of it. So this is our muzzle. Just gonna put a pin in it, set it off to the side over here. Now we gotta cut off this end over here, which is that seam end, the cuff that goes up around your thigh or calf or whatever, not thigh, up around your calf. Now we want to fold this over. This is inside out. Hey, Miss Brenda. How you doing, girl? Oh, I need my coffee. Gotta wet that whistle. And I still have that fabric scrap bag available for if you guys want it for $10. It is all the fabric that is left over from doing my son's and his girlfriend's quilt, including some Tula Pink. So what we're going to do is, with the cuff over here on this side, we're going to fold this over. And where the nice two folded edges are, we're going to pin. Because we're going to create the body, which is the last part that we need to cut out. And then we can start sewing, peeps. We can start sewing and stuffing. That one is not wanting to play nice, so we'll grab a different pen. Okay, so now we have this pen, the big fold over here, the two edge folds over here. I have a purple fuzzy sock kitten and a puppy. I have also bought several for gifts. They are lovely. Thank you so much, Andrea. Thank you, Michelle, for sharing that link. See, I got sick of my mess trying to reorganize again. Ooh, girl. Yeah, I got to do some cleaning in here later. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the scissors. I like to lay my thumb right here. What I do is I put my scissors in here in the fold. So at the end here that we have the fold, we're going to make sure they're nice and even because we want even legs. We don't want one skinny leg and one thick leg. Hey, Miss June. So I'm going to put my scissors in here. And then I'm going to lay my thumb over here to the side. I'm using my thumb as a guide. So what I want to do is I'm going to make the leg. I like my legs to be about like this measurement. Hey, Ada, how you doing, sweetheart? Hey, I just popped in for a few minutes to see what's up. I am making fuzzy sock puppies. And these are going to be from Mother's Day presents. And I do sell these. If you would like to purchase one, I can make them any color you want or any combination of colors you want. I do sell them. They are $10 a piece. So, these are actually something I started selling a few years ago, and I hadn't made them in a little while. And I figured it's time to bring them back for Mother's Day. Plus, it gave me a little bit of a break from making quilts. Hey, Catherine. So I am going to, so what I like to do is I like to cut up to about where my thumb joint is. Where my knuckle right here is. I like to cut to about there. So I just lay my thumb there off to the side as a measurement. And then I turn it around this way and I do the exact same thing. What I'm doing is I'm putting it into this fold here where I got the two openings down here because I'm creating the legs because this is the body of the puppy. So whenever I open this up, then we have our legs. So this would be the front. The heel of the sock is going to be the little booty. And then here's the back. So then what I do is I massively pin this because I do not want this to budge at all. And any stretching of this here will mess up the seam down here. So I just pin all along this stitch line. And as you can see, it makes quite a bit of a fuzzy mess on your desk. It's always best to do it over a desk, or if you wear aprons, wear an apron. Because it will be a messiness. Ah, come on. Only one leg, please. Let's see. I'm still waiting on that baby bunny from you. Just saying. I'm trying to figure out the ears. I had difficulty figuring out the ears, Auntie Andrea. And then I made, problem was, I made up so many of these that I burnt myself out. So I had to take a hiatus from it for just a little bit. And now we're back at it. Because you can't always just sit around making headsies. No matter how much I love it, but sometimes you got to spruce it up a little bit with something else. So now we have all of our components, and that is out of one pair of socks. Now, if I wanted to make this all one color, we would be done, all done, ready to go. I want to make mine out of two colors. So now I got to make these pieces all over again, but out of the darker purple. Because this is going to be for my mama. So now I want to make, and I want hers to be extra special and two color. So I'm actually making my mama's Mother's Day present. I know she's not really watching, so. Okay, so we're going to do our head. Then we're going to flip this back right side out and pin it. Thank goodness I have lots of pins. So the body and the head I keep as the same color. It's the other components of the bodies that I swap to give it that multicolor tone. Now we are going to do up our tail. About a finger's width, a chunky finger. You can make a cute little bobtail. You can make a short tail, a long tail, no tail, however it is that your little heart contents. Let's see, I am just kidding, laugh out loud. You know, you have more than my bunny to worry about. And life for all of us has been busy and sometimes not so kind. Definitely. Mikey, do not make me put your little booty in that corner. Listen, big brother. I will put you in the corner. Okay, so we're going to swap out our tails. Because I want the darker. And then we need our ears. Because we know we love puppy dog ears. Floppy puppy dog ears. We're going to cut up all this excess right here. This is garbage, or you can include it in with your stuffing. I usually just toss it. Sometimes I have been known to use it. Right there in the fold. Any leftover of the stuff that you have, you can actually try and do it as, use it as stuffing instead of throwing it away, keeping it out of landfills. I'm just tossing it. And the ears over here. We're just going to pin one edge because that way there it lets me know that that is where I'm going to be putting the stuffing at. Then we need our body and our muzzle. Let's see. So you can make two puppies in opposite colorways with 2 pairs of socks. I am reading this right. Yes, ma'am. We can have a light body puppy. I've done them multicolors. There are so many things that you could do. You could do, if the more different colors of socks or the more pairs of socks that you use, the more puppies or multicolor puppies and kittens you can make. Okay. So there we have one complete puppy here. Now we just got to do the body to have the other puppy. And the second puppy I made today will be for a giveaway to one of my amazing viewers today. There's a little way of saying Happy Mother's Day. Happy early Mother's Day. You could keep it or you can give it away as a gift. And I will get that set up in just a few moments. Quasar. Auntie Michelle says, good morning, Quasar, Peaches, and Kiwi. Quasar, Auntie Michelle says hi. He says hello. Right? So every day that I am talking to my computer or talking to myself, however you want to put it, Quasar knows when his Auntie Michelle is around. And he goes crazy whenever she doesn't talk to him. Ooh, I am almost out of these stick pins. About to have to grab one of my other stick pins, or one of my other pen pouches, if I was not pretty much done. So every pen I had in that cushion is now in these 2 sets of socks. Now we have this one here. So, hey Lily. Let's see. Franken puppy, yes. Let's see here. I missed some comments. Michelle says, I need a fuzzy sock manatee. That should be fairly easy. She is going to be testing another pattern for me, but I am not giving... See, she is going to be testing another pattern for me, but I am not giving it to her until she finishes the bees. Ah! You're holding it hostage! It'll need a leg warmer, or maybe a fuzzy sock skunk for Waylon. Ooh, that would be fun. Franken puppy. Heather, I really want to do your pattern that Donna is doing. As soon as I have $5, I will be emailing you for it. Now see why Heather is asking why Quasar is yelling. See, Sophie and Andrea, it would be there when you're ready. Quasar, pretty bird, Heather says. Let's see. Incentive for you to get it done, my dear. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, I am still working on the bees. I am not going to be doing the bees anymore on my live streams, but on a weekly, as I get more completed on it, then it'll be part of the show and tell on Sundays. So, that way there, you guys got to come on Sundays to be able to watch the show and tell. And I'll let you know now, I always walk away with a lots of fuzz on my clothes from this. And I'm also working on a green and white one too. So that's when I started cutting out yesterday, just to give myself a reminder of how to cut it out and get all the pieces done up. So now we need our thread and our needle. We are done with the big scissors. Now it's time to bring in the needle, little scissors, and thread. And I do not wedge the thread for this because it's not that much of a precision like the EPP is or hand sewing is. This here is just simple stuff. So I do double up my thread instead of like before where I was not for doing the EPP. This here I do double up the thread and I do put a knot, a big hefty knot. So I'll wrap it around my finger twice. Let's see. So we got a nice big thick thread or knot. I had some lovely views of SI the last few days while playing a tour guide. Awesome. Lint rollers are a must in this business. Yes, ma'am. Or a portable vacuum. One of the two. It is a Christmas pattern, so Christmas in July, making a Christmas penguin would be perfect timing. It works for you. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to start with this one here. So we're going to move this one up here. Oopsies, come back here. So we're going to move the dark body up here, and we're going to work on the light body one first. So this is where you're going to need your polyfill and your needle and thread and all. We're going to do the head and the body last. I'm going to go ahead and make up these components because these are where we're going to be getting stitched onto these pieces. So I have polyfill. You can use whatever it is that you want. You can use old pillow stuffing. It does not matter. Or you could go to the store and buy a pillow and use the stuffing out of that. Sorry if I just shift the camera some. So first thing we're going to do is the little ears. So I got the 2 pins in here. We're going to do the ears first. So what I want to do is I want to stitch around here. But when I get down here, I want to make a curve out of it. So what I do is I go in. And then I go back through the same hole. And I do a nice good knot. Because I want this to make sure that this does not come out whatsoever. And then we're just going to go in here like this right here. And do one at a time. Whatever it is that you want to do. Let's bring our pin cushion down here. So as I take the pins out, I can put them right back in my pin cushion. I just do a couple running stitches and then I do the back stitch to secure those running stitches. Okay, we're getting over here close to the edge. Now I did say that we're gonna need to do a curve. So do it however it is that you want to do it to get that curve. And when I get over here, I just do that little knotting thing with it again. And then I cut my thread. Now, this ear is ready to flip inside out. We got a cute little ear. Let's see. See, I showed the one I made on my interview with Katie. If anyone wants to see it and missed the interview. Hey, Jean. Hello to anyone else I have missed. So now what we're going to do is first we need to get more thread. That's garbage. Now, if you got like little puppies around the house like I do, you do not want the puppies to get a hold of this. And my room does need a good thorough cleaning before I let them back in here after my stream, because I don't want them getting a hold of any of these little fuzzies and causing any intestinal issues, because that would be bad. So I just wrap it around my finger twice, twirl it off, just nice big knots. And then we take some of the polyfill and we just stuff the little ear with the polyfill. These are fun, cute, and super easy. I actually found this idea whenever I ran across a kitten being made. There was no pattern to it, no directions or anything, just a silent video that has some music playing. And I was like, So I watched it a few times and I was able to figure it out and decided I'm going to start making them. Hi, Phyllis. Welcome to the show. If you are brand new to the show, welcome, welcome. If not, then thank you so much for coming back and hanging out and chatting today. So now we are just going to stitch this closed. So just doing a running stitch, going all the way around. Come back here, because we just want to seal this up until we are ready to stitch this onto the body. Let's see. You had to go check it out, Andrea. And then I just stuck the raw edges down into the opening. And then I hold the string Keep it nice and tight. Until I create my knot here. Wrap it around my needle 3 times. Well, I like to do, you can do this however you want for that part. Let's see. I could do for a trip to Florida and miss the Gulf waters. Michelle says. So there is one of our fuzzy ears that we will attach to the body. Set that off to the side and let's do up our other ear. Let's see, how soon would you need it done? Andre is asking. I would not release the pattern for testing until Donnell is ready and will release the pattern around Halloween so people can make it for the Christmas holidays. Awesome. It is a strip piecing project like the other one you did for me, so you already know the methodology. Andrea, good that you give me some time. I could do that. Stuff it. Stuff it real good. Okay, so now we're going to make our other ear. As you guys see, this is super simple for sewing. And if the child is old enough, it would be something that you could even have your kids try and do. If they're old enough and responsible enough, and definitely keep an eye on them because they're dealing with needles. I mean, you could do the sewing and they could do the stuffing and cutting. But this be something fun you could do with them for, like, say, grandparents, for the grandparents or for aunts and uncles, whatever. Be fun kid stuff to do. Let's see. That year went pretty quick, Danelle. Yes, this whole thing goes together pretty quick. Like when I'm sitting on the couch, I can make, like, say 5 of these a night if I'm working consecutively on them. I just gotta be careful now because we got the puppies and they like to chew on everything, and I don't want them getting a hold of anything here that can cause any, especially anything that can cause any obstructions. Only have one median I would trust with this project, and he's not that interested. Aw, I'm sorry, Heather. There's a fly in here drive me crazy, Andrea says. Every time I sit down, the fly swatter is too tight. He come back. The minute I pick up the swatter, he disappears. But just keep the swatter right on your lap. I like using the electric ones, personally, because you can get them from Harbor Freight, and they are absolutely amazing. And I love, when they annoy the heck out of me, I just love hearing the sizzle when it hits them. Okay, so now we need a different thread because that one just hit the dust, not enough to close it up. We do go through a lot of thread doing this. So any of your old threads that you have laying around, it's great for this type of project. Oh, it sounds like my grandkids and grandkids. So what was your guys' very first ever quilt that you made? Interested to see what everybody types in on this. What was your very first quilt that you've ever made? And do you still have it? Let's see. He does a pillow project in school though, so he has made several pillows all the way through. Awesome. Yeah, I've made several pillows. I've even used like FPP blocks to make pillows as the decoration on the pillow. Super cute and fun. Like I made my youngest one a Sonic the Hedgehog one because he loves Sonic the Hedgehog. He's always loved Sonic the Hedgehog. He used to try and want blue shoes, blue tennis shoes in school when he was little, my youngest one. And he would tell me, Mom, watch, I'm as fast as Sonic. And he'd start running. I'm like, yeah, baby, you are. Cool. My goofball. Sorry, I went off camera for a moment, probably. I was trying to get this. Okay, now we got another ear. Now we got two ears. One is a little bit on the longer edge. I think because I tried and did this number. Let's see. They don't got to be perfect. I just like them to be somewhat relatively close to each other. Let's see. Double iris chain. Twinkling Stars pattern by Monique Jacobs. Yes, I do. Awesome. Let's see. Going to lurking mode, Andrea says. Michelle says, that is awesome. I don't know if Waylon will want to learn to sew or not. It would be fun to him when the time comes, but I would teach him the basics of sewing so he can at least do minor repairs. Yes, he needs to at least know how to sew a button at the very least. Okay, so now we're going to take the tail. What we're going to do is we're going to stitch all the way down here and around the tip of the tail. And we're going to make this and keep that curved end down here. And then we're going to turn it right side out and stuff it. First, we need to put a knot in our needle. I made a quilt and let's see. Let me get back to where I was. Mine was a mystery project from Fort Worth Fabric Studio. I gifted it to a friend. Awesome. I showed mine in that interview too. It was a postage stamp quilt when I was 8. Oh, wow. I made a lap quilt for my 90-year-old auntie birthday. Awesome. My double iris chain was my mother's Christmas present the year I made it. Aww. I made a quilt in class. 12 different blocks to learn. Yes, I still have it. Awesome sauce, Deb. Woohoo, got that stinking fly. Yay, Andrea. Okay, so now we are going to work on the tail. As I get ready to stitch up a section where a needle is, or a pin is at, I just pull that out. And best part is, if you're using fuzzy socks when you do this, and if you, once you get it stuck, you see that there's a little bit of a weak spot, you can actually go back and instead of unstuffing it and taking it back inside out and everything, you could actually stitch it up right there, fixing the little issue right there, and no one would even see it because of the fuzzy sock, because the socks are fuzzy. I've done that before, gotten one made up and seen that a seam was a little on the weak side, so I strengthened it up with adding stitching, like the ladder stitch, and you couldn't even tell. It was 5-inch squares. Oh wow, June, that is crazy. And I'm sure so stinking cute. Okay, we're over here to the end now. Now we're going to turn this inside out. This is why we want to make it to where it's finger width, so that way you can just put it on your finger and flip it out, right side out. Hey, Miss Rita. I am making shoe fly, Mikey says. I am making, and that's asking if I've ever done these on machine. I have not, because the fuzzy socks are so stretchy. Really don't like messing with too much stretchy fabric on a sewing machine. You probably can. I would, if you do it on a machine, I would just be extremely careful. To me, this works perfectly fine doing by hand, and I prefer to do them by hand. Plus, y'all know how I am with my hand sewing. I love hand sewing projects. Everybody, make sure you hit that thumbs up for the puppies, Mikey says. Yes, please. YouTube has gone, quote, wacko. I had to reduce all the notifications for the channels I watch. Have not been getting any notifications. Ugh. Yeah, I say if you're not getting the notifications for the channels you love, then just go in. What you could do is go in there, turn off the notification bell, and then turn it back on. And it does not take a whole lot of the polyfill for this. I wish I still had one of the puppies that I made. I don't have them all. I gave them all away or sold them. Because family members I just gave them to. Oh, nice. Making nice big purple fuzzy fingers. Now, this is going to be the tail of the puppy. Let's get a new string. We do go through a lot of string on this. So if you got old thread sitting around, this is great for using up old thread. I have used this on I've done this with Dollar Tree fuzzy socks, with socks that have like the cute patterns on it. Ooh, almost forgot to put the needle on here. That would have been bad. Got talking and went a step ahead. Was still putting the knot in here and realized I didn't even put the needle on it yet. There we go. Now we can grab the other thread. Let's see. Trip Around the World by Eleanor Burns. Primary colors for my 2-year-old. It was washed to death, so it's gone. My daughter's quilt is still on the go. Made it after she was born. It's 32 years old. Oh, wow. Hey, John. How you doing? Jonathan Geiscraft 2 is in here. So I'm here but lurking in the background while I get some chores knocked out. No worries at all, sweetheart. Just happy you're here. That is so very cool, Ada. Unfortunately, my very first quilt I made in my adult life has fallen apart. It was the one I made my mom. It was very highly used, but it was also very poorly put together. So that's okay though. So I went and just did a running stitch around. Now I'm going to put this here, all these edges on the inside of the opening before I pull the string to make it nice and tight and close it up. Melissa says, gotta get a shower, but listen, yes, ma'am. Yep, she just got done with her run that she had this morning. What I like to do sometimes is just wrap it around my finger to hold it. There we go. Near one of them sides how to get that. That's all closed up now. So now we got the tail done. And time to do the muzzle. So we got the toe seam on the inside here. We're just going to open this up, put stuffing in here, and then close that up, doing the same stitch. Oh wow, it's already going on 11 o'clock. I cannot believe it's been that long. I will be staying on today until I get this completed. Yep, we're going to hold off on the polyfill until I get this somewhat filled up. Or somewhat closed up. Okay, come on here. Everything's got to be a comic today. Oh no, I broke my thread. Okay. If you do it as a single thread where one end is loose, that is completely fine too. I just normally prefer the double thread, but that's okay. We're just going to do the running stitch. And this here is the muzzle. You too, Joanna. We're almost done, guys, so. So we should be done before the end of the hour-and-a-half mark. And next week, you know, I'm not really quite sure. Next week, you're just going to have to come back and see what I work on next week. Okay, now we got the little bit of an opening here where we can be able to close it up. And this is going to be the muzzle, so you want it to be nice and stuffed. And what I like to do is put the ends inside. Oh, yes, thank you, Deb. I completely forgot. Thank you for reminding me, sweetheart. Let me get this closed up right here. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Deb. You are so amazing. I completely forgot. I got busy talking and reading the chat and everything that I completely forgot all about it. Bad Donnell. Okay, we're going to do exclamation pups. P as in Paul, U, P as in Paul, S as in Sam. Exclamation pups. So we're just going to let that run until the end of the stream, until towards the end of the stream. You do got to be here to win. Let's see. So exclamation pops, and that is going to be to win the other two-tone purple poppy that I'll be making. Or maybe it'll be for this two-tone purple puppy I'll be making, that I'm making right now. Yes, that is correct, Rita. Perfect, girlfriend. Okay, so now we'll just roll this up into a ball and then smash it like this right here, and that'll be the muzzle. So now it's time to stuff the head. So last few minutes of the live stream, I will draw the winner. For the winner of this puppy. I do make also kittens, so if you would like to have a kitten, then we can discuss, and you can always email me. And we want this to be nice and fluffy, but we don't want it too empty. Nice big round head. I'm going to get a different string because once I double that up, it would not be enough. I can't believe that thread broke. It must have been when it got tangled up in my snips. No kitty and no puppy. It would not survive in my home. Yeah. Well, you could always if you enter to win, you could always regift it to someone else. Like I said, makes great Mother's Day presents. I've also put them in Easter baskets before. My adopted grandma next door, she usually makes Easter baskets for the nuns at her Catholic church. And she gave each one, so I made each one a kitten. Pin it, sew it, stuff it, fluff it. Yeah, see, now you got it, Heather. You got the routine down pat. Alrighty, so now we're just going to do a running stitch. A lot of this is just running stitches, guys. Not hard at all. This project here is super easy. Yes, it's a little time consuming. Yes, it's messy. And if you have issues with cotton, like allergies like I do, it can mess with your allergies. And I choose allergy season to do this. But that's okay. All we got left to do is stuff and enclose the body after we get done with this here, and then we can start connecting all the pieces together. My cats and dogs have all kinds of stuffed toys, but only if there is a no stuffing in them. Yeah, I can't give my pups anything with stuffing in them either. Sophie, I can because she doesn't chew up her toys. The pups are still under 3 years old, so they are still like little terrors and in puppy chewing stage. Let's see. You need to get an air purifier in that room, Donnell. It will help. Air purifiers are awesome. Yeah, I have one down here. It just not hooked up right now. And I got fuzz in my hair. I just seen out the corner of my eye, I had a little piece of fuzz right here. I'm like, what the hootsy hooty hoots? Okay, I like to make sure that the head is going to be extra secured. Now, if you want it, we could try and go ahead and add on the ears. Let's see, where is that toes? So you can actually feel, I don't know if you guys can see it right here or not, but you can actually feel where the toe stitch line is. And I use the ends over here as where I put my ears. So like the end of the toe stitch line is here and here, which is about even. So that's where I like to include my ears. So what I do is I hold it there with one hand while I stitch it with the other. Let's see. Eat, chew, destroy. Heather, you're just getting all these systems completely down pat, aren't you, girl? So what I like to do is where I had closed it up, I bring it down just a little bit. So that way there. Flatten it out a little bit. We got nice rounded ears. This part here where I had the stitching, that is going to be up against the head. So let's see here. Right about there. So I just try and take this in and up so that way there hides the knot. And I just do a ladder stitch. I'm going in on the one and coming out through the other. Take a nice big chunk, making sure I'm grabbing some of the polyfill in there. That'll help secure it. And it's kind of easier to do this before you attach the head to the body. Sleep deprived brain plus rainy, dreary, cold equals weird system analysis. Hey girl, whatever works for you. I like it. I think it's funny. My dogs do not chew stuff up. They just like play tug of war. Then little hole forms and white snot shows. Then that is all it takes. Then white fuzz stuffing is everywhere. Andrea says, I only see 7 people, including herself, have entered the giveaway. Everybody enter the giveaway for the chance to win. It's exclamation pups. Andrea, they might be waiting until it's done to see actually how it turns out before they enter. And that's perfectly fine. Let's see. Heather entered exclamation pups. My poor one white Sharpei, who has not quit 2 years yet. Well, he decided Mom did not know anything. Would not stop chasing Maine Coon. Well, needless to say, he does not chase cat no more. Haha, yeah. Chewy is getting close to learning that lesson the hard way. Because he does not want to leave Persephone alone. Well, Persephone's going to teach him you leave her alone. So there is one of the ears that is done onto the body. I mean, onto the head, not the body. Ears don't go onto the body, they go onto the head. Now. Hey, Cherie. I smelled something hot and my ear was hot. So upon investigation, I found that my charge cord from my headset was melting. Not good. Oh no! I'm so sorry. And then if you want, instead of having it out like this, you could actually stitch it down to where it's down like that, to where you stitch it down further. I may go back and do that. We'll see once I get it onto the body. The main thing is just getting it onto the body right now. Oh, that's the muzzle, not the head. So now I'll grab the correct piece, sweetheart. So we want to flatten it out a little bit. Poor puppy. Puppy be fun. So we want to make sure we just look at it, make sure it's going to be about even. We don't want a lopsided ear. Okay, looks like I did not have enough thread on here. So we're just going to knot right here and then grab a new one. Refill our needle. Like I say, you go through a lot of thread on this. So this is a great thread buster. You know how you got scrap busters? Well, this is a good thread buster if you have a lot of thread laying around. Probably should have chose a different thread than my polyfill. I mean, than my RFL that I use for my EPP, but that's okay because you know what? They make more of it. Let's see. I am sure that they were both offended, Rita, but that's too funny. Okay. He just thought it was great fun to pull the big fluffy Maine Coon's tail. Ha ha, Maine Coon slapped him good. I was like, well, I told you, leave Rocket alone. Yeah, baby's never seen a one to listen to mommies. Speaking of the devil, sounds like Choo Choo's in there getting fussed at by Grandpa. Sounds like Choo Choo's in there at it again with the kitty. See, I'm sure they were both offended, Rita, but that's too funny. Oh no, Andrea. Okay, what did Andrea say? Now it is dead and I cannot hear anything. Aw. I'm sorry, Andrea. I do have the closed captions on. All three of my cats were feral at one time, so they are not afraid of dogs, no matter what size they are. I'm so sorry, Andrea. Hi, Giovanna. Everybody's saying good morning to Giovanna. So, Giovanna, what was the very, I already asked everybody else this question. What was the very first quilt you ever made? Rocket just came in here as this is the room I have their food in on a big wood stand. The Sharpay Putsy, he hiding in the very far corner of the room under the dog bed, Puff quilt whining. Oh, poor puppy. So there is our little head. Now what we can do is add on our muzzle. So the stitched area that Utah has stitched up and everything, you want to make this as flat as you can for right now. We'll fluff it up later. Hey, Candace. My phone came with a 12-inch charge cord, but I cannot wear them when I am charging it now. Aw, I'm so sorry, sweetheart. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to gauge about where we want this. And then what I like to do is take some stick pins and stick pin it on two sides, just to hold it down until I get it secured. Now start from underneath, so that way there my knot is hidden underneath there. I will have to get more thread before I get done with this section here. And now I'm going to take this needle out. I'm going to move it down to here. Let's see. If it works, I will have to see if my husband has one that will work. If not, I am SOL. You can always catch the replay. And I have closed captioning on. Someone type in the chat for me to Andrea, let her know that I do have on closed captions. Please. Just because my hands are kind of full right now. Giovanna, I am making a fuzzy socked puppy for Mother's Day. I have not made one of these in quite some time and thought it was time to bring these back. They're super cute, super fun. And they make wonderful gifts. I've even made one for my mom's dog. And that, yes, I know what you're going to say. Normally, I would never make something like this for a dog. But my mom's dog actually cuddles with her stuffed animals and not tears them up. So it was a perfect little gift for her. She brings it to me and gives me love every time I come over. Thank you guys so much for letting Andrea know. I always have my closed captions on for anyone that needs it. Sometimes I even need it just because I can't understand what someone is saying at certain points. So I always have my closed captions on because you never know if someone misunderstands something. Or if their room is just too noisy or something. You just never know what the situation is. So I'm just going in from underneath so my knot is buried up underneath the muzzle. Now I'm creating another knot up here, which you won't be able to see because of the fuzzy socks. Now, if you're using the super cute non-fuzzy socks, from, like, say, the Dollar Tree or some type of dollar store, just be aware the method of hiding seams does not work as well there. Let's see. Yes, Rita, I know. My phone charger is working on the headset, so I know it is not ruined. Phew, I was afraid I was going to have to buy a new one. It will be fully charged in an hour, and I will. I sometimes to CC on and let my computer read to me for the days when my vision is super bad. Be good for the rest of the day. And I would be good for the rest of the day. I can't stand the CC, but I know that others need them. Definitely great to know, Andrea. I'm just reading everybody's messages. Yes, today is a busy day for lives, and not everyone uses CC. I completely understand. I always have my CC on. Always, always, always. Ever since I found out that Andrea had the hearing issues, I've always turned on my CC as soon as I had Sean show me how to do it. As soon as I get my live stream scheduled, that is the next thing I go do, is make sure that the CC is turned on. Because just for circumstances like this, I want it, plus that way they're not only for Andrea, but for anyone else that may need it. I want everyone to be able to enjoy my streams. If you guys are just getting in here, then welcome. And there is a giveaway going, and it is for this puppy. So if you would like to win the puppy, then feel free to type into the chat exclamation pups, P as in Paul, U, P as in Paul, S as in Sam, and that will enter you into the giveaway for the pups to win one. There's a fuzzy sock stuffed puppy. Let's see, I am extra sensitive to the vision thing due to being blind myself. Same with hearing issues. I try to talk really loud just in case when my voices allow that. Oh. Okay, we're getting close to the end. Let's see. Yep. Can't exactly see the stitches, so I had to put my finger over there to see how big the hole is left. So I know how much further I had to go. And we made it. One more, and I'll knot this one up. So now our head is done. Get them into nice rounded. Nope, it's honeybee fabric, but it's a little owl that Mary Tally made me. And I absolutely adore this thing. It's super fuzzy and dirty. I need to clean it today because it's got fuzzies all over it. She said it's called a confused owl. But she knows I'm big about honeybees, so she used honeybee fabric and turned him into a little owl for me. Super cute. I just figured it out. That is a bee pen cushion. I had been trying to figure out what it would be with the big eyes. It's an owl. Goes hooty hoot hoot. Right. So here's a little puppy face or puppy head. Now we need to do around the here and here. When we get to one of the ends here. Now you just got to pick which end is going to be the end. Yes, she did, Giovanna. About a year ago, I want to say. Alrighty. Right, Heather? She said, trying to blend in. She goes, it's not confused. It has a nest above a beehive. That's all. Yes. So now we're going to stitch at the feet. And we're back to the running stitch. Now this here, I do go over here off to the side, create a knot over here, because I want to make sure all my tension areas are all going to be nice and snug. And then we come back over here, and we continue with our running stitch. And I just take the needles out of this as I go. And if you win the giveaway and you're outside of the United States and Canada, because I'll ship to Canada, but no problem. But if you're outside of the United States, just because Canada is right above me, so it really doesn't cost me much. Then I would send a quilted postcard. And we're just doing a running stitch on here. Just going in and out. I'm more of a back stitch person. Yeah, you can back stitch all you want. I just do a running stitch. Sometimes I'll throw in a back stitch. Or sometimes I'll do back stitching. It all depends on my mood. But running stitch works just as fine for this. Now we just got to close up this end. And then we'll make a little notch here in the booty, which is where we're going to flip it or right side out and then stuff it. And then we can assemble the head to the body as well as the tail. So we will be running a little bit late today, so probably won't be done until about noon. These go super fast whenever I am not on a live stream. Being on a live stream means everything takes twice as long. Let's see, I remember that. Just Chet if my memory was right. No worries at all. That faulty charge cord might be why I had to get a new phone. Why does everything happen when you are broke? Murphy's Law, I guess. Definitely on trend. So sorry, hon. Let's see. I am more back to the person. I read that. It might not be the cable itself, Andre. It could be the charging brick, the plug parts. Well, they are both in the trash now. I guess I should try the new cord on the old phone. It charges. If it charges, I will have a camera for doing lives when I get comfortable doing them. If I won, I would pay the postage. No worries at all, Deb. I mean, if you guys win and you want to pay the postage if you're outside the United States, then I'm totally fine with that too. Okay, Pen, get on my way. So, what is on everybody's agenda for today? I have no idea what I'm doing today. Not gotten that far in my thought process. Why do I have two pens right here? Hello, Donnell. Now you can keep one of these seams open a little bit to be able to stuff and then close it out. But I always just close up all of it and then just create a little opening in the booty because I can cover it up with a tail and no one will know the difference. Which is why I wait until the very end to put the tail on. So now what we gonna do is we gonna figure out where we're gonna have which. Now we just gotta figure out which end is gonna be the front and which end is gonna be the back. Hey Brian, how you doing? Debbie is doing good. She's having a yard sale. Her and her family having a yard sale today. Going to my 8-year-old granddaughter's birthday this afternoon. Awesome. We will be leaving soon for our great granddaughter's t-ball game. Yes, ma'am, Miss June. All right, so I am going to have. Usually I make one end shorter than the other, so I don't have to figure this out. I am just going to make a little tiny hole. You don't want to make it too big of a hole because it's going to stretch as you're pulling this all through. I just made a little hole and I am going to pull these through. Well, not pull. You want to be careful with this hole because this hole is very tender. There is a lot of stretch in this because the big up. Looks like I forgot to close up a foot. Did I forget over here too? No. Okay. Let's close this up. Darn it. Darn, 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 darn. Let's see. Yes, definitely, Giovanna. Happy birthday to the granddaughter. Very exciting. How old is she going to be? Or how old is she now? I do not know how I missed this, but stuff happens. I think this is the last leg I did. I went up, made a knot, and then I forgot to go across. I think that's what happened. But it's an easy fit. All done. Let's see. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. Oh, say it, Heather. Just say it. Do it. Do it. So we just straighten out these footsies. For anyone just getting in here, I am doing a giveaway. Is the winner wins the cute, adorable little fuzzy sock puppy that I am making. And so that way there, if you would like to enter it, put exclamation pups, P as in Paul, U, P as in Paul, S as in Sam, into the chat to be entered into the giveaway. I will be doing the drawing in just a few moments as soon as I get the head attached. Okay, Heather, text it to me. Private message it to me. I got to know what was on your brain. I need to know. As you see, this hole gets pretty big whenever it is. Whenever you are constantly putting your finger in here or thumb to push the polyfill up into the legs. And yes, I will get that closed up, and then that hole will be covered up with the tail. Now my legs are stuffed. So time to start stuffing the rest of the body portion now. Oh, you never know, Giovanna, because if it's a bad word, then it could possibly. That's where a lot of the polyfill comes in at, because you want the body to be nice and plump, and make sure the joints of the legs where it meets up at the body is nice and full. I'm still live.
What's your scale?
Huh? The scale? Okay. Are you measuring the pups?
No, I don't know what we're measuring.
Oh, okay. Let's see. So, what is everybody's favorite color? Curious minds here. While I'm sitting here poking the puppy. Okay, I think that's good. We got nice and good to go now. Now I just close it up. So now I just try and go in through the polyfill a few times. I want to make sure my knot stays down inside and not pop up through the fabric. So we know this is about the center here. Giovanna says purple and yellow. Awesome. So we go from one side. We're going to do like an incision stitch. or a ladder stitch, whatever you want to call it. And we're just taking chunks from each side. Andrea says, you know mine. Yes, ma'am, you love your purple. Purple and white. I love purple and orange. It'll get me. Run screaming from the butt. I already got an idea what it was, Heather. But I just gotta hear it from you. Because it always cracks me up. Okay. Now we got our body done up. Get all the fluffing all nice and even out in here. So living in my grandma's house temporarily, one drawer has a pile of socks for those monkeys. Remember those? Oh, yes. I love the sock monkeys. Now, whichever one I want to be the back end, I just give it the nice good fluffing of grabbing the butt. That way there, the butt is nice propped up, which means the head is going to go over here, which now we're going to put the head on. And then we'll put the tail on. I always like to have the legs out nice and straight because it's just easier that way than trying to make it to where it stands up. There are videos where you can be able to make it where the puppy's legs are standing up, but I prefer it where they are laying down. So another thing is thread. Come on. Let's see. Let us say the rainbow. Making bibs and burp cloths for a new grandbaby. Aww. Purple and white were my college colors, but purple and teal are my favorite quilting colors. Yeah, same here. My high school colors were red, white, and black, but my favorite colors are purple and pink and teal. So now we're going to try and figure out where we want the head. And I usually do it right about there. So then I'm just going to hold it here with one hand, just like I did with the muzzle. And let's get a little tricky, but we got to hold it really nice and good and secured. Because this is going to be where it is the most tedious at. And of course I roped a leg. Yeah, let me get my grip on here pretty good. Make sure I got it where it's facing. There we go. Manhandling the puppy. Bad to know. Make a good knot. Oh, come on. There we go. This is so much easier whenever I'm not on a live stream, trying to make sure you guys can see on camera. Let's see, can y'all see it this view? Sorry, y'all, I had to change the view a little bit up for y'all so y'all can still see, because underneath the chin is so difficult, especially when you're first getting started on this. Okay, underneath the ear area. And yes, I am smashing the head down. That way there's a nice, good circumference all the way around of surface. Usually I'll do this up against myself while I am attaching it and everything, but I can't exactly do that while I'm on camera, so. And I don't want y'all staring at my chest. Are you making a quilt, Giovanna? Vintage shows asking. I see pink, beach, and sage. Ooh, Joe, I love those colors. Very, very cute. See, I made the tree, surfer, Ada a nice bright rainbow. Deb says, okay, I am going to bed. I can't wait for the draw. Good night from me. Okay, Deb, if you win, I'll let you guys know. If y'all need to take off, that's completely fine. I'm not going to make it so y'all have to be present, but you do have, if I post who wins, and whoever does, and that winner does not respond or email me, then they don't get it. Okay, I reach back around to the end here, so we're going to do a nice good knot. And our puppy now has a head. The head, attaching the head to it is the hardest part of the whole thing. Now, if you want, you could always try and sew the ears down. I always just leave them floppy because I like floppy ears. The bag pattern in the book are adorable, I'm sure. So now we just need to attach our tail. And that's the last of our body parts. Let's see. Turquoise is talking gemstones. Nope, just talking favorite colors. See, okay, right here is the tail. So what I like to do is I go ahead and put my knot in there so that way there's over in the area where I made my stitching. So now what we gotta do is just figure out where we want our tail. I'm gonna put it right about there. And what I like to do is I put it down and then I have it curl around the body. So you can actually pin this if you want to. I'm not. I'm already way past my time that I was going to be live for, even for the extended time. Hey, Miss RSL lady, if you would like to enter into the giveaway, it is to win this adorable little puppy that I'm making for Mother's Day. And all you gotta do is do exclamation pops And that is P as in Paul, U, P as in Paul, S as in Sam. I have left the kittens and puppies' tails just standing up, but I usually try and tack it down to where it's going along the side of it because I like that nice relaxed look. It's super cute. But since they're laying down nice and flat, then that way it just adds the nice adorable little cuteness. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, instead of breaking thread, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and go from just below where my seam is to over here. Come out along the body and go back over here where I'll be tacking down the tail. Because I only tack down the tip of the tail. You can tack down the whole thing if you like, but I only do the tip of the tail. Okay, Giovanna says be right back. Yeah, so I'm just gonna stitch this down. I'm just stitching down the tip of it so that way there it keeps it where it's nice and relaxed, laying down beside of him, like if he's laying down, getting ready to stretch out and take a nap. Because you know puppies love taking naps. And I know this is a much longer live stream than what I normally do, guys. I wanted to show you guys everything. And if you don't want the head to be so floppy, you could actually just try and tack it down further back here. Or off to, one thing I like to do is try and stitch it down towards down on like one arm. Like if it's laying down, getting ready to take a nap. So what I do is I just try and determine whether I want to go that way or this way. It seems like it goes easier this way. So I just stitch it down like a little tack here and a little tack over here. And that way there it makes it all nice and cutesy. But guys, this is pretty much it. And then I just embroider the face. But it is already going on 2 hours that I've been live. This here is our adorable little pup. Let me get this light out of my eyes. Come on, there we go. So this here is our adorable little puppy. And I make these, I sell them like $10. Just essentially help cover the cost of my materials and some time. I am going to pull the winner now. And our winner of this little adorable puppy is Andrea. Girl, you want another purple puppy. Hey, Kate. I'm so sorry you missed out on the giveaway, honey. Thank you. Yeah, I absolutely love this thing. I'm going to stitch down the head and put on its face still. But I will get this all fixed up and sent out. So I am, it's a cute, adorable little puppy. So I'm going to stitch it down to be a sleepy puppy. And then I'm going to put on its face. And then I will get this sent out to Andrea. So I hope everyone has a wonderful, beautiful day. Come back to hang out with me tomorrow. Did you see my comment about if I won? No, I did not. What was your comment? Let me see here. Or I may have. If I win and Deb wants to pay the postage, I will be gifting it to her. Aw. Are you talking about Deb Cornell? Yeah, I'm going to start making these up and putting them in my Etsy shop for if anyone would like to buy them. So, because they are so super cute and fun. Are you talking about Deb Cornell, Andrea? Yeah, she was really wanting to get bed and offered to pay the postage if she wins. Okay, I will reach out to her as I have her email, so I'll reach out to her and let her know. And then once I hear back from her, which will probably be later on today, then I'll let you know what she says. Awesome sauce, Michelle. Talk to you later, hon. Well, I'm getting off of here, guys, because I'm going to go get me some breakfast and fill up my coffee and get busy working on some projects. Aw, you're so sweet, Andrea. I love you, darling. I'll definitely keep you posted on what she says. So come back here tomorrow. I'll be working on some more EPP. Thinking about taking a breather from working on that one and making some more blooms. So come back, hang out. You never know what I'm going to get into.